Now, what brought you here?
Oh, I got the information that His Excellency the President would be giving a speech. And then earlier on in the week, he came to my school and gave a speech. So I was impressed with that. I said, let me come and listen to the one like specially designed for only the Ghanaian community. So that is why I'm here.
You are at Columbia University?
Columbia University. I'm studying economics and statistics, third year.
Beautiful. Now, as a student, how do you grade the president's address to the Ghanaian community?
It's kind of political question. Some of the questions were answered very well to my satisfactory, and others weren't. So overall, it was a good speech. But I kind of think he gave a better speech at the UN than the one he gave at this occasion.
Oh, I see. So you'll be keeping in touch with the president. Your question wasn't answered.
Yeah, my question wasn't answered, but earlier on when he came to my school, I asked him a question, and he didn't answer all the questions. I asked him 2 questions when he came to Columbia, but he only answered 1. So I was here to make sure like I get my second question across to see whether like I'll be fortunate enough to get an answer, but I couldn't. So, but all the same, it was fine because I gave my fellow Ghanaians the opportunity to ask questions.
And thank you for giving me your place.
Okay, no problem. It is my pleasure.
Well, I think the president making his point as a president. He cannot solve the problem one day. It takes the whole village to raise a child. What I think I need to make all Ghanaians to be aware is we need to forget about the party issue and build the country together, because he alone cannot do it. You need more ideas. But the problem is, you may bring idea, but they won't take it well. For example, the time he was a vice president, he came here, he had the same forum, himself and Honorable Sir Tegbe. I asked them a question about the port. That time he was a vice president. He promised me he would see to it, to eliminate the middleman. The middleman means the so-called the clay agents. Right. But he didn't do it. The reason behind it, I don't have to invest my money for somebody to claim my things, then I'll have to pay him, whereby I can do it my own. You get my point? But all this thing wasn't done. Why do we have to go through changes? What I believe is, as a broker, you use your money and do everything, and you come up and tell me, this is your service, this is what you have to pay me. That's understandable. But I don't have to use my money. Then I have to pay you on top of this. Second.
But today he touched on some part of that about the port. That was not satisfactory to you?
No, not at all. I wasn't satisfied because as a shipper, what I go through, I think the Ghana government should step in to the plate. What I mean is, to make sure everybody who ships to Ghana is allowed have a license. Because why? Most of Ghanaians stealing cars, it gives a bad name to this country in the United States. You need to put some kind of restrictions to them. For my example, if I don't have a license, I won't stand here today. I have a FMC by Federal Maritime Commission. That's what the Ghana government need to do to every shipper. If you don't have it, then you pay a penalty. So all those corrupt shippers.
So I see that you didn't get a chance to ask a question anyway. But are you going to be sending him ask the president a question?
Yeah, sure. I'm right now preparing a statement which I'm going to send it by email to him in a castle or at the Flagstaff House. A lot of the issues. When I went to Ghana, I sit down with the fire commissioner. A lot of issues I can help as a commissioner, African commissioner for City of Newark. I'm not going to sell it to them. It's free. All what they do is have to pay the cost. For example, I have a major hospital bed used. They don't want to pay for it. I spoke to the National Council in the US. They don't want to pay for it. So what a sense for us to go on over and over and talk, whereby we cannot get any help from the government.
Well, The Ghanaian president, or the president of Ghana, is meeting the Ghanaian community in the U.S., and that brought me here.
How did you like his responses to the question? Let me go back a little bit. How did you like his presentation?
Well, I came late, and for what I came to see, I'm highly disappointed in him. Totally disappointed in him, because in his government in the last 4 years, he didn't tell us what the government has done for the country, his NDC government.
But he was not the president of Ghana for the last 4 years.
Irrespective, he was the vice president, and for the last year, he was the president to date, if I should put it that way. You understand? So he should be able, he should be responsible to his to his government. He wasn't able to lay on the table the last 4 years what they've done. Always come and give us a flower bouquet and give us advances, what they cannot achieve, because the last year you haven't achieved anything. This is what we are looking for. Now, you don't know the credit rating ratio of Ghana. We are now at 49%, and the credit ratio is 50%. Soon, we are heading towards 50%. And at the B+ credit rating on the international market, so we are going to drop. So we can borrow from the international market. So, this is what we were expecting with him to judge all with us. You shouldn't come and give us what you don't know. Give us a time frame. You're talking about corruption. Give us a time frame whereby you are going to solve the problem of corruption. You mentioned corruption. We have an infamous issue in Ghana, which is the Wyoming district. You didn't touch on. We are talking about the realities, what Ghanaians are going through. To talking about the utility tariff, which has been increased just recently. Talking about electricity, 78.9%. He's not paying. Water, 52%. You didn't touch on that. As a president, this is what we are expecting for us to talk about it.
I see. So,
excuse me. And also, he mentioned publicly that Ghana currently, under his government, we are producing unskilled graduates. Unskilled graduates or unemployable, graduates with unemployable skills. From Legon, KNUST to UCC. You, President, you are in a foreign country. You said that Ghana is producing graduates with unemployable skills.
Ghana, no, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Ghana has been independent for 56 years. You seem to be venting your anger on one administration. Are you telling me that Mahama brought all these problems for the 56 years?
Many thanks. Irrespective of Ghana, the dungeon that we've been into, you own up that you are going to salvage the citizenry, the poor people. You said that you are coming to solve the problem of the poor. So we are not going back. We are going about now.
But he's been elected just last year.
Excuse me?
He has been elected just last year.
He has been president under his government.
And the opposition made sure that eight months of his time was wasted.
We are talking about the 5 years of NDC government, of which he was the vice president.
I'm talking about President Mahama addressing the Ghanaian community today. Can you address that?
Exactly, I'm addressing it. Excuse me. No. Excuse me. We are talking about the NDC government, of which he was a key member in it. So what what I was expecting from him was that to tell us that, well, you know what, in the last 4 years, my government was being able to achieve this and that and that.
No, you wanted him to tell us that they failed.
If you are not being able to achieve, then you failed.
Thank you.
He said exactly what he have to say as a president, as a leader. We are foreigners. Me in person like this, I've been in Ghana for a long time. I haven't been in Ghana for a long time. But what I'm saying is, what he's doing now, or what he's trying to say to us now, is something that a leader will say the same thing, because He just came to the throne. He just picked up this presidency like a couple of months ago. And there was a problem with that. And he just visited America for the first time. And all these things, just all that I'm trying to say is the Ghanaians were fond of saying things as a politicians. That's the way they play the games. I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. And at the end of the day, they won't do nothing. He used to be the vice president, and now he is the president. I think there's so many things that he could have done before this time. But now, I quite remember when President Kufuor was in power, he did so many things, and these people came and they supported and continue the same journey that President Kufuor was. But they didn't finish nothing now. Everything that he was talking about the road that is messed up because of the bringing manganese and bauxite from western region somewhere. The road is not good because the contractors, they don't check them. They just give them money to spend and they don't check them to see exactly what they're doing. Because you can't tell me that you just built up a road 4 years ago, 8 years ago, and it messed up right now. Whereby Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah built up motorway for the past, from 1964 up to today. The thing is still there. So what are you trying to tell me? And you've been coming to America for the past how many years? You know, you've been going to London, Germany, and all that. If you see Autoroute in Germany, if you come to America Turnpike, all of them, very quality road, and they fixed it all the time. They have maintenance. We don't maintain stuff as Ghanaians. We don't maintain stuff. That's our problem. But I wish him good luck. We can do nothing about it. We're watching him. Doing it is the most important part, not saying it. So I've been hearing this for quite a while. I'm just watching him, try to use my head, and any little thing that I think I can tell him to do, I'll use my energy and my strength to tell him to do.
Thank you very much. African traditionalism is different. Different is not deficient. Different is not devilish. Different is not primitive. Different is not uncivilized. And different is not ungodly. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I want to thank you because this is a show that introduces African traditionalism to the world. For those of you who are my regular viewers, I want to thank you again for your patronage. Continue to tune in because we have just embarked on a journey on African traditionalism. In the name of Amon Ray, I thank you all for listening. Take care.